Hey guys, so welcome to the channel again, and today we are going to fly again. How about that? Without a pilot license, so to speak. So here's me again, and we're going to, if you remember the first video, if you subscribed or if you're watching this, the first landing that we did was like a very light aircraft. Now this is a Piper Cherokee that we're going to try to land. Piper Cherokees usually are used for pilot training, and so this is what we're going to do. We're going to try to land the Piper Cherokee today. So let's start, and we are flying. It's a small aircraft, and I personally like this plane quite a bit. It's well, if some of you do have the resources, it's not that expensive. You could buy it for less than 100,000. A used one, not a new one. And if you can afford the aircraft fuel. But anyway, so here we are. We're flying the Piper Cherokee. It's very basic instrument panel. You can see. I would like to draw your attention to the line which is there on the top. It's like a string line, if you see, which is right there on the top. See if you when I move to the left or right, it moves. If it's right on top, if you see there is a string and there is a, so you have to just check that. That tells you which direction the plane is going. Okay. And those green markers are where the game wants us to take the plane to land it. So actually the runway, I'll show you the runway as soon as I can see it on the screen. We have to land it on that runway, but when the game actually starts, we are perpendicular to the airport. So when we start this, actually see if you see that, that's that over there at the bottom is the airport, or the place where we have to land, the airstrip. But it is quite. It's like the plane is coming from here, and the airstrip is here. So you have to actually go around it and bring it straight to the airfield, and then approach it and land it. So it's quite a bit of a task, and this is just the second landing that we're trying to attempt. I like this Piper Cherokee because that light aircraft was it was just very basic, but this is now we're getting into like a plane thing, so that's why I like this Piper Cherokee quite a bit. And those green markers, I'm completely ignoring those green markers because I'm not following the prescribed path by the game. I'm going to try to do it on my own because the whole purpose is to land the plane. It's not about following that markers. So I'm not going to follow those markers at all. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take a turn and get in straight ahead of the airfield, and then slowly try to cruise in and land. And that's what I'm trying to do here. This is fun. This is fun to play this. Now this is what happens. I start losing control. So what happens over here is I thought I was my altitude was too high, is what I thought. So I tried to decrease the altitude. Now if you see over there, that's the airstrip. So I was pretty close to that, and I tried to decrease the airstrip, and again I'm trying to come back in position. I'm trying to see, that's the airstrip. I'm in good position over here. But what happened is, because I went down too quickly, because I pulled the lever, that's what it's called. I pulled it too quickly, I just completely lost control of the plane and it just went haywire and I just crashed. There you see, I just crashed. Because I was quite in line to land the plane, but because I did it too quickly, I just completely lost control of the plane. And I was trying to control it, but that's about it. So then we start again, and let's see what happens this time around. Now I'm going to be very careful. So now you see over here, that's where we start. That's where the mission starts actually, and you're completely at 45-degree angle to that airstrip. So you have to first go around. You have to go take it to the right and then come back again and bring it straight so that you can land at the airfield, airstrip or airport. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm being very careful this time. I love this Piper Cherokee. I mean, it's a great thing to play with. So that's how it is. We are still at a perpendicular angle, and there we go. So if you can see, I'm just passing by the airstrip. So it's like beside me on the left side. So I have to go ahead, then take a very slow turn. You can't do so what I'm trying to do is by adjusting my view, I can adjust my view, is to ensure that I have the airfield in sight all the time, so that I know where I'm going, and I'm taking a very gentle turn. Take a gentle turn, because you saw what happened when you try to do anything too quickly on a plane. You just completely lose control of the plane. It doesn't work that way. It's not like a car. You cannot do a sudden maneuver on a plane. If you do that, you just lose control. So it has to be very, very slow. Everything that you do has to be very slow. So that's why I'm adjusting the view all the time. I'm trying to keep the airstrip in my view, so that I know exactly how far I am, which direction I have to go, and ensure that I am focused on the landing. So that's what I'm doing here. And so we will be going past the airstrip and then come around it and turn around take a gentle turn and then be straight in line to the airstrip and then try to land it. That's the aim. Let's see how I'm able to do that. Again, this is not really that easy. It's not that easy, and it takes quite a lot of getting used to actually play this. But like you can see, I'm doing this very slowly this time. I'm taking the turn. I'm taking the turn. If you see, the plane is turning. But I'm doing it very gently so that I don't lose control of the plane. A few more things that I should tell you. You control the throttle, so you can actually control the speed at which the engine rotates. Now, one thing I found out is that let's see if the plane goes out of your control, like you have lost control of the plane. The first thing that you do is to cut down the engine completely. When you cut down the engine completely, gravity comes into place. Gravity comes into picture, and what it does is that it stabilizes the plane, because then if it's going on this direction or that direction, it stops doing that and just starts going down. Because of gravity, it just starts going down, and when that happens, your plane stabilizes, and then you can start the engine again and start maneuvering. That's a little trick I learned while playing this. unfortunately, I was not able to apply it in the first situation because I don't remember if I switched off the engine or not. I thought I had control of the plane, and another thing is we were too low. We were too low. The altitude was too low. So if I shut down the engine, it would have crashed anyway. So it was that you can do that. You can if your plane goes out of your control, you can shut down the engine and take control again. But that's important. You have to shut down the engine. But that applies only and only if you are at a higher altitude. If you are at a lower altitude and if you shut down the engine, well, that's about it. Your game is over. So now you see over here, we are quite in line. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm in line with the airstrip, but if you see, it's still to the right. It's still to the right. So I'm trying to gently go to the right. Okay, so I'm trying to take it to the right so that I get completely have the airstrip right in front of me, and then I can do a slow descent. Again, a slow descent is important. If you do a fast descent, if you try to go at a certain angle, you will crash. So it is all about just doing it right. So if you see, the plane is now slowly tilting downwards. If you see, I'm doing a slow descent, very, very, very slow descent. And gently, if you see, now I didn't go to the cabin view. If I had gone to the cabin view, you could probably see the altitude is slowly decreasing. But I can see, if you even from this view, you can see that I'm doing a slow descent. Okay, I'm doing a very slow descent. But now when I change the view, I see that I was at the right. The airstrip was to my right, and I was turning, and I went too much. I made a bigger turn than required, and now the airstrip was to my left. So now I'm searching how far. So I'm just changing the view. And I'm doing the descent, but if you see, I'm too far. The airstrip is too. I took a bigger turn than needed, and the airstrip was too much to the left. But I'm still trying to go there. Again, very gently. You can't do a sudden move. Can't do a sudden move on this. Trying to drift it a little to the left, but again a little to the left. So I am more or less in line to the airfield, but I was wondering if I would just overshoot, or I would just bang into one of the structures over there. So I'm trying to get it right. Is what's happening here. And I thought I've landed a little bit ahead on the airstrip. Now here is where the trouble is. When I was coming down, I thought, oh, I'm going to bang into that structure. So I pulled the plane up. I pulled the plane right over here. If you see, it is going down, but I pull it up again because I thought I would bang. But then later on, now I'm going down. I've decided, okay, let's land it. And here we're going. We're going to land. And it's not the perfect landing at all, but anyways, we're going to do it, and we are going to touch the ground, and we're going to touch the ground, and we're going to touch the ground. But still, I'm trying to get it on the tarmac, so to speak, instead of the grass. And we touched down, but it jumped up because the speed was too much, and if you remember, I had pulled it up, so the speed was too up, so it was like a bumpy landing that we had. And then I'm just putting on the brakes immediately. I want to stop the plane, and surprisingly for me, it said success. You did land it. The whole objective was to land it. It was not the perfect landing. Of course, this is not where we're not supposed to land it. The perfect landing would have been on the airstrip. We landed somewhere close to the airstrip, but key facts are that it was at a good angle that we didn't land it didn't go into the ground, we didn't land it lopsided, we didn't. So we did quite a good job, is what I thought. So that's about it, folks. Thank you for joining in, and I appreciate all of you who have subscribed to the channel. Thank you.